welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay, Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey, boys.
How are you, my friend?
Very well, very well.
What are you drinking over there?
It's kombucha.
Kombucha.
Yeah, ginger-aid kombucha.
I swear to God, you millennials are all the same. You guys are trying to one-up each other with how weird you can get with what you're eating and drinking.
Millennials?
Yeah.
Organic and raw. Probiotics, Mike.
It's not usually people at our age that are trying to do this, play this game, but you're in.
Oh, I'm into wellness, Mike.
Kombucha.
Trying to hang around the world as long as I can.
Yeah. I know.
And if it takes ingesting live bacteria to better my gut,
is that what that is?
That's what I'll do.
Are you having tummy issues?
No.
Is your gut a problem?
In fact, I'm doing quite well.
Quite well?
Yeah.
It is a fucking zoo around here, dude. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. The guys are been working on the studio over here. I'm sure some people have seen some pictures around, posted on social media and whatnot, but Tim's been working, and E and me and you, and getting the floor laid and all that stuff. So it's kind of in shambles around here, to say the least.
Yeah, it's everything's apart.
Yes.
Exciting, though. You should say exciting.
It's very exciting. It is, but it's hard to
I know.
I don't know. I'm just one of those people that it's like everything's everything's weird. When people in your house at weird times, and thank
You're
God
not
they
used
are.
to that yet?
No, well, usually it was just us three.
Yeah.
It's just us three for so long, and it was like once you guys fucked off, the day was mine to do it as I pleased, and not so much anymore. My time is divided in many, many more layers than that. So, but you're right. It's exciting, and we're very grateful that everyone's here doing their thing.
Speaking of exciting,
Yeah.
I booked Jerry a flight today, Mike.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, it can't get any weirder for us, dude.
That is one good point.
A lot of exciting stuff on the horizon.
Yeah.
Jerry's coming in next week, man.
I know. He's going to be doing his sleeping in the tent thing and bugging people to raise money for South Oakland Shelter, and we'll get the big Eagle Cam going. And one of the highlights, Jerry's like, so where am I going to stay? I was like, well, I need you in the tent for good chunks of the day with E, but I'm not going to make you at your age sleep in a tent with with Big E overnight. Like you can come in the house and crash here or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I know, exactly, right. And he's like, that'd be wonderful. It'd be wonderful. And then he was like, so this gentleman that was interested in docking with me, is he handsome or is he cute? I was like, Jerry, he wasn't really interested in docking with you as so much as he wanted $2,000.
Right.
He was willing to dock with you.
Yeah, so he was following up on my offer to Easus. We'd peel off $2,000 on the spot if Easus would dock with Jerry for 10 seconds.
What was it? If we got to 15 grand or something, we were like, look, we'll take money right off the top. E. It was just kind of an offhanded joke.
Yeah, and he was like, no, not doing it.
Not doing it. Not gonna dock.
Of course.
And then best of Joel's brother Jay was like, he was here, lugging the table in, the new studio table in. And he was like, he overheard us talking about it. He was like, in a heartbeat, man, $2,000. Fuck yes. I'd absolutely. He's like, absolutely no shame in my game at all. I will go dick tip to dick tip with Jerry. But Jerry was under the impression that this gentleman was like, ooh, can I please dock with Jerry?
No, he was getting
when he comes to
excited.
town.
He was like thinking.
Yeah, he wanted some details on this gentleman, and I was like, I don't think it's quite like that.
But if there is anyone out there who happens to be into that and
he's
genuinely would like to meet Jerry for that purpose.
I think that we, at this point.
It's always the same and always different. There's always a bunch of naked guys having a wonderful time together.
I think at this point, if there was a gay listener out there that knew Jerry was coming in, I don't think we have to put the invite out that they would be both.
The bat signal on
right.
it.
Yeah. Well, he said, well, if you know of anybody that wants to, he keeps saying like get playful, and I don't know exactly what that means.
That's really astounding.
But I have a feeling that it's his version of playful and my version of playful are two very, very different things. I'm just guessing.
I don't know if there are any guys who want to get together and jack off once.
Yeah. So if by chance anyone's out there or knows anybody that might want to hang out with Jerry and get playful, I mean, and maybe we could have them do it in the tent with E.
Ugh.
I mean, you've been in the room. Don't what's wrong with you? You've been in the Jack's meeting before, E. You know what this is all about.
Well, just because I've been there doesn't mean I couldn't go about the idea of two guys jerking off in the tent that I'm sleeping in. I mean,
it was very important to have a social outlet.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted this to be a memorable visit for Jerry. So.
Oh yeah, and for E too. Scarring, more like, if it could be a scarring event for E, that would work too.
That's all right.
That's all right. But he's really looking forward to coming to town, so we're excited for that. And if anyone knows,
well, I am a doctor in sexology.
Can't wait.
It's gonna be fun, man. He is a lot of fun. I take it neither of you watched the Grammys last night.
No, I saw the winners though. But
Did you? I mean, Greta Van Fleet. Is there anything else that mattered? I mean, Greta Van Fleet won for best rock album.
Do you ever put any stock in the Grammys though? Like,
No.
you know what I mean? Doesn't it
No.
always feel like they're like a year or two late on things?
Where
you're like, oh yeah, I remember that song. Oh, that was this year, huh?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I don't put much stock in it because it never feels like. I mean, it's just so subjective. It's like movies. It's art. How do you pick a winner?
I will say that
them all. You know, it's never made sense.
I will say I agree 90% of the time, but then once in a while, like there would be like last night. I didn't watch him, but I happen to know that this girl Casey Musgraves got like country album of the year or country song, either song of the year or album of the year. And she is really pretty underground to me. Like she's not a girl a lot of people know. And so I was like really pumped for her, like to win. Like she had some, like I really like her shit. I've actually tried to see her a few times and just haven't been able to. So like it's weird. Like 90% of the time I agree with you guys. I don't take any stock in it. But when I hear, knowing that there's bro country, knowing that there's all this shit out here, and I hear like this Casey Musgraves winning a Grammy, I was like, oh shit, that's fucking awesome.
Jesus, you know more about country than I do, but I think she's a name everybody knows in country.
Maybe
right
she
now.
is. I didn't think
I've
so.
never heard of her, but that doesn't mean anything at all.
Well, I think she sings more real country to me, in my opinion, than
and she writes too. So
and she writes. That's what I like about her too.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe people do know her, and I didn't realize that. But
well, I don't know her, so you're right in one respect. But Jay's probably much more correct that a lot of people know her. Did she perform or something last night? Or
I don't know. I
just
know she happened to win.
She did. Okay. Well, I guess Alicia Keys got a lot of credit
for hosting.
And she did a performance, and a lot of people think that might have been a late addition. That performance that she did was filler, because
didn't Grande duck out?
Yeah, because Ariana Grande apparently bailed.
In her crazy little rubber hands.
Yeah.
Were the tattoos the reason?
Yeah. Who knows? But didn't she do the same thing for the season premiere of SNL? Didn't she bail last minute? I think so. Like her and whatever were on the rocks, and she was dealing with the Mac Miller death, her ex. And I'm almost positive she bailed week of.
Turning into a bad girl.
Yeah. So I don't know what that's all about. But Alicia Keys is getting all this credit. She came out and they put two pianos, and so she played two pianos at the same time and did like a medley. Kind of cool. I mean, the talent of someone like that, and going like, music is so powerful. That was kind of the message and theme of the night. It touches us all. It
overcomes Trump.
Yeah, right. We can get through this together with
underlying
music.
Message.
Right. And so it was like, these are a medley of songs that changed me, songs that I wish I'd written, was kind of the theme, which is kind of cool. And so she did, Nat King Cole, Unforgettable. And do you have any clip of that?
I just have like a few, a little bit of her playing the two pianos.
Yeah, just 20 seconds. That's good. Her titties prominently on display, which is nice. Hashtag me too.
For sure.
We can't do everything. We all need somebody.
Coldplay song?
I've been roaming around, always looking down.
Use Somebody. Kings of Leon. Those guys go.
Quincy.
Yeah, he's in it.
Can't reach. You know that.
Oh, so yeah, just a tiny sample of it. Killing Me Softly, the Roberta Flack, came out within 73, did a piece of that. Most people would know that more for Lauryn Hill and the Fugees doing it. Unforgettable, and then she ended up with her song, Empire, State of Mind. Is that what that's called? Empire State of Mind, the one that Jay-Z really jazzed up. And but yeah, people were giving her tons of credit for the dual piano thing, and I'm like, looks kind of cool, fine, but you play the piano with two hands.
Yeah,
and
right.
What is
it not hard? I mean, you don't think that it's a little harder going like this?
You see, like, famous.
You're not used to the placement, right? But you do typically play with two hands.
I mean, permed up David Bryan from Bon Jovi, for instance.
Yes.
I mean, that son of a bitch has, he's got 9 pianos on stage with him, and he's constantly, doing all that kind of stuff. So it's like,
oh really?
Yeah.
Like he does it like that.
What's that?
He does it like kind of.
Oh yeah, a lot of guys do that,
okay.
where they've got things behind them. They got a synth here and a baby grand here, whatever. And so yeah, I just don't think it's that. Like, okay, if you played with both hands and then put your feet up there and started playing too, then I'd be impressed.
On a guitar.
It's like,
well, did people know that she could play instruments as well though? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She's a known pianist.
Okay. I was just trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to give her credit, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
People marveled at her ability with such ease to play two pianos with two hands. It's like, well, whether she's playing one piano with two hands or two pianos.
Well, I do think that even though I didn't know whether that was difficult or not, it is so funny in this day and age with social media that there's only two things. You're either one, the fucking hero without a cape, all heroes don't wear capes or some shit, or two, you're a fucking asshole and a racist. Like, there's no in between. It's either they fucking saved the day or they fucking were the worst thing ever that's ever happened. Like,
yeah. Well, they did have a hero there last night. And that was Michelle Obama.
Oh,
and, when she makes a grand entrance anywhere, people are just, tears. Tears are flowing down faces when Michelle Obama
she was the president,
comes
right?
out.
She could be.
If
she wanted to be.
She was half president, and now she might be full president someday. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So she came out and walked on stage, just sparkling with Jada Pinkett Smith and Alicia Keys and Gaga. And Jennifer Lopez wearing the dumbest hat you've ever seen, looked like she was going to the Kentucky Derby. But yeah, the people were just beside themselves, and immediately it's like, wow, is she gonna run for president? Do you think we could?
I mean, after all, she was the wife of a president.
Yeah, he was a community organizer, got into the White House, and she lived there. So, I mean, it only makes sense. She's up, right? It's her turn.
Look at that group of ladies.
Yeah, just trying to outdo each other with the outfits, aren't they? Trying to show each other up.
The guy's pretty tame there, actually.
Yeah, is that her far left?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah. She ended up winning some stuff. And like I said, the Greta Van Fleet wins Best Album before the ceremony begins.
Best album?
The rock album. Best rock album, right?
Yeah, rock album. Best rock album.
Yeah, record of the year was Lando Calrissian, right? Donald Glover?
Yes. Yep.
Childish
Nelson
Gambino.
Wins. Dude, you know who else won? Weird Al Yankovic.
Really?
Yeah. For best, boy, is this a category you didn't think you'd be calling out? Best boxed or special limited edition package. Yep.
Oh.
Boy, that seems like a really narrow.
How many were there in the category?
I don't know, but his, if you're going for best box or special limited edition package, Squeeze Box is probably a good album.
Yeah, the complete works of Weird Al Yankovic.
Yep. So what does that mean? Like it's like a best of compilation or of some sort. So
you're kind of a fan of his, right?
I respect it.
Yeah, I can respect his talent. I just can't stand that parody shit like that.
I know you hate parody stuff. I don't hate parody stuff. If it's done well,
and he does it well. He
does it well, and he was kind of first guy in. I mean, kind of just a nerd, and he's had some really creative stuff. That one about learning, what was it, the
grammar one?
The grammar one, is really good, and some of his other stuff has
I'd like
been
to
good
see
over the
him
years.
Actually, honestly, I would. I don't.
Yeah, I hear he's good.
Yeah,
he's a legit super smart nerd dude, and he's kind of got that cult following of nerd following. But yeah, I didn't even know he put out a box set, and I don't know that I would go get a box set and just listen to it.
Oh my god,
you know what I mean? Like eat it.
Come on, man.
Like a surgeon.
Jeez,
dude, I had this guy that I worked with at Meyer though. Like, it's just like everything though. You say that but I would probably, even though I have no reason to buy anything anymore with Spotify, I would probably buy a Pat Green special, some box set. And I knew this guy at Meyer.
I get that. I mean, I get why you would do that, but the idea that you're gonna get a Weird Al Yankovic box set and put it in your...
I had this guy at Meyer I used to work with was obsessed with Weird Al, dude. Like, he saw him anytime he came. He would travel if he could, and it was just like
travel to see Weird.
And he was like, if he wasn't going to come close enough that year, like if it was, Grand Rapids, or if he had to go to Indiana, that's where I'm going this year to see him.
Wow. Yeah.
He was obsessed.
He's got a fan base for sure. And he's done it a long, long time. I mean, he's been around forever, but the idea of slipping a CD in your car and listening, there's a lot of things I can listen to. I don't know that
I agree.
A box set of Weird Al Yankovic would be,
unless there's other shit in there where it's like notes and stuff, about whatever. But
well, sure.
Speaking of that, there are some weird friggin' categories in the Grammys. Best album notes, best historical album.
Dude, is that what I think it is? Best album notes? Is that like the liner notes of an album?
Yeah.
Do they even do liner notes anymore?
Do they even do albums?
I don't know.
Best immersive audio album.
Well, they do albums, not CDs. People are definitely making albums.
Best compilation soundtrack for visual media.
Okay.
What is
that online?
Best American Roots song.
Does it say who won that one that you just said?
Yeah, that was The Greatest Showman.
Oh yeah,
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, no surprise
Various
there.
artists.
Sure. What else? What other categories you got?
Best spoken word album.
Dude, did you see who won that?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
This is like his 3rd Grammy, dude.
No shit.
Yes. Spoken word. He's
Holy
just
shit.
he's just doing his book. He's just reading his book.
Wow.
And that's best spoken word.
That's pretty
He's got a
good for a
Grammy.
peanut farmer.
Yep.
Best regional Mexican music album.
Is he the only
Regional?
president with
Isn't Mexican
Grammys?
already regional? Like what region?
Wait, how many other presidents have Grammy awards? He's got 3, dude. He might be the greatest president ever. As far as like,
What
you
was
know,
the actor?
talented.
What was the actor? Carter? Or
Reagan.
Or Reagan? Did he win any like TV awards or anything?
No,
Or-
I think he was sort of looked at as a B-lister for
Yeah,
okay.
he was kind of a low level.
Yeah, what was it?
actor.
He's in a movie with a chimp or a show with a chimp.
Didn't he do mostly
Bedtime with
Western-
Bonzo?
I can't believe you remember the name of it.
Bedtime with Bonzo.
Yeah,
right?
I think he did mostly westerns type shit. I wouldn't be surprised if Al Gore has won like an Oscar or a Grammy
right.
for his shit.
Inconvenient Truth.
Yes, exactly.
Or even an Oscar, honestly.
Yeah, probably. He
Some
should.
documentary.
Dude, he could win a Tony.
Yeah.
He's got BAFTA.
God, that good guy is something, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Well, she finally won. Her and Brad Cooper
Mm-hmm.
for their song. I don't even know if I've heard it, but people seem to like it. But yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't know it was on, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't.
I did know it was on and didn't watch it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And you had the ability too with YouTube
Yes.
TV now.
I absolutely did. And
So-
I chose not to.
I meant to ask you, by the way, that's high def, and it's what channels do you get? Do you get like everything, or
I think there's like 40 channels, and
that's
it's
so you're paying
mainly-
$1 a month per channel?
Yeah,
Ish?
mainly what I wanted was Big Ten and some soccer stuff, like and Fox Sports 1, things like that.
Yeah.
So I haven't really explored all the channels, to be honest. I've just taped a bunch of soccer games.
Yeah. Well, it's remarkable that we're not a la carte yet with channels.
Yeah.
That I have 1,000 channels, of which I watch 6.
No, that's why these
At
streaming
best.
services exist.
Yeah.
And there's about 6 reputable ones that people sent me and said, dude, try this one. This
Yeah.
one's legit.
And for $40, dude, my bill comes. It's during football season. That 6 months they break your payment up over the football season to pay for the the ticket.
Yeah.
Direct TV thing, so you get all the games. It's $250 a month.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's $150 a month normally, and then for 6 months of the year, it's like $250.
At this point, if you weren't watching San Francisco, you wouldn't have the package, right?
No,
you would-
no.
and
That's
that's
the
simply so you
only.
can
No,
watch-
of
right.
course, that's the only reason. I don't watch any other game on there. What it's Lions
Well, I
or,
mean, you're
or
not
Niners.
watching the Red Zone anymore or shit like that.
No, I don't watch any of that stuff. I don't watch really any games besides unless it's playoffs or Super Bowls, shit like that. But
Is it possible to get some NFL package aside from DirecTV? In other words, get rid of what you have, get like a YouTube TV or some
Yeah.
other streaming, and then plus get some app that allows you to get the NFL.
it would make way more. I mean, if you think about it, you can
Even if
I
it cost you
think through-
$100 a month.
Right. It would save me a shitload because I think I have DirecTV with HBO, which gives me the HBO app. So I have Hulu, Prime, Netflix, and HBO Go. I can't tell you the last time I just turned on network TV and watched anything, but I'm paying for it every month. And I think people have told me that through the PlayStation 4, I think you can get the ticket through there. But some people have said, sort of, not really. And other people have said, oh, if, you can jailbreak some of these sticks and get them. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I think I just need to look into it.
Yeah.
Because if there's a way to just, pay the $150, $160, whatever it is for the season and just get that, I would ditch that stuff in an instant.
Yeah, it seems like there's a potential huge cost save for you there, Mike.
Yep, there sure is. Because I'm paying for a lot of stuff. So if I got 247,
Yeah, it's
56,
on there.
62, you get those with YouTube.
I
TV.
believe so, yeah.
And then
But again, you don't need those,
not really.
Yeah.
No, not really. But they're nice to have.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I would notice when they were gone, like, oh, it turns out I did kind of use those a little bit. That's my
Gotcha.
guess. But then I'd want like TBS and
I'll pull up what it
AMC.
does, and then I'll send you a link with like the 6 other ones because there are a lot of options. Other like Hulu Live TV,
Yeah, Hulu Live TV is
carries
supposed to
different
be really
channels.
well.
And,
Oh, no
and has
kidding.
different, offerings. So
yeah.
it's all what you want.
Dude, Hulu has all the network shows like that you can imagine for the most part. I mean, they've got so much shit. I don't know. It's just dumb that I'm paying what I am. It's just a
Indeed.
waste. Total waste.
Hey, speaking of saving money, Michael, check out the DetroitCast listener business page. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. The page includes businesses owned by listeners. Take a look, everybody. It'd be great for you to support fellow listeners who support the show. This week's featured listing is DRKM Strategies. They specialize in helping independent small businesses grow by using proven internet marketing methods, including the DetroitCast. They entice new customers to find you online, and the head nerd over there, Craig, would love to hear from you. So go to DetroitCast.com under the Help the Show tab and check out all those businesses.
We were talking yesterday or last night, Jay, on the show about the guy in South Lyon that fell in the sulfuric acid. This is good news.
Maybe.
I think this is great. I mean, it's awful for the family, obviously.
But we did watch the end of RoboCop, and we kind of know what was going on there.
Yeah, that was not going to end well. I mean, when they're talking about burns over 100% of your body, they still haven't identified him, and we don't know what happened. It seems like there would be measures put in place so that you didn't fall into a vat of sulfuric acid.
A railing of sorts?
Perhaps a sign.
Yeah.
Something. So who knows what happened there? I certainly don't want to speculate, but the more I heard about that story, it was like, I know I wouldn't want to survive that. And now he doesn't have to worry about it because he passed away overnight. He was at the U of M, and that was at Michigan Seamless Tube on McCann Street near 10 Mile in South Lyon there. So I don't know if they give us updates about that, but I figured we'd let you guys know if you were listening to last night's show that he did in fact pass away, and our best to the family. That's an awful story, but
indeed,
I think in the long run we'll all agree that was probably for the best. It's not sounding good at all. Jay, have you been following at all the story of Jeff Bezos?
Yeah. The National Enquirer.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't really care about Jeff Bezos. I think it's weird that he owns the Washington Post and he's
Amazon.
Yeah,
don't talk shit about Jeff Bezos.
Amazon.
There's very little that Amazon doesn't have.
There has never been a company quite like Amazon.
Charlie Rose. Yeah, but he's been warring with Trump all these years, going back and forth. I think he's the world's richest man now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. And so he's been married to this chick forever, and they have
most expensive divorce ever.
Dude, how much is she
walking away with billions?
Yeah. They were worried that was going to be a problem. Apparently, they've been working this out for a year behind the scenes, exactly how we deal with this, because people are like, she technically has been there since day one. She's entitled to half of everything, and he's the majority stockholder in Amazon.
That's some great long game.
Amazon.
Sure is. And so it's like, if all of a sudden half his stock goes to her, that could fuck up everything with Amazon and the shareholders and the board. But apparently that's been worked out that he's not going to lose that, and so things will be okay. But he was banging some chick on the side, some like old
local
TV,
news
TV
reporter chick.
Yeah. And so the National Enquirer came out with a story late last week that was like, found Jeff Bezos and his new girl's texts, or should I say sexts, and nude photos.
God. Awesome.
Are we going to see Jeff Bezos's panous? Honestly,
awesome.
Do we need to see that?
I think we do.
The man has a googly eye. Do we need to see his panous?
I think we do.
I can't imagine it looks good, Mike.
You want to see the richest man on the planet's penis, don't you? I mean, it's like, dude, if given the option, like, would you like, Jay? I've got it here in my hand. I could show you the richest man in the world's panous. Do you want to see it?
I would easily pass on that.
You
Mike.
would?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, I'd probably look at it.
Yeah, of course. Tiger Woods' dick?
Nah,
I mean,
I don't know.
You don't really?
I guess I would.
Of course you would. Shame on both of you.
No, you're right. There's this, dude. It comes back to like I always say, like when I look on TV and we look at like, my first thing for anybody I see on national television, anything, is that I think that guy gets his dick sucked, or that guy has sex.
Poops.
Yeah.
Right, and
that
it's like
guy
I think about that dude.
So why do you need to see it, E?
I think his latest example was Wolf Blitzer. Last time he brought this up,
Yeah,
he was watching Wolf Blitzer. He's like, that guy gets blown. That guy bangs someone. And then I don't know. It's like
curiosity, I guess.
Do I want to see Oprah nude? No, but if you had a picture of her, I'd take a gander at it. I mean, I'm just being honest. You wouldn't.
I guess Oprah, she's a woman at least. Yeah,
it's better.
Yeah, it is better.
Yeah. Roseanne?
Oh, God.
Honey Boo Boo.
No, fuck
Honey
that.
Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo's mom.
Honey
Boo Boo's mom, not the child.
Honey Boo Boo's mom. Oh,
the thumb?
Miss June or whatever.
Yeah.
The thumb.
The big toe.
Or
Dude,
the big toe,
Yeah, the big toe, I think they go. I think I would pass on Honey Boo Boo's mom. I think
For
I found
sure.
my limit. I do not want to see Honey Boo Boo's mom nude.
No.
No. Okay.
Even
see,
after the big weight loss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I do. It's that picture right there is why I don't ever want to see her nude. Go ahead and slide that over there.
One second,
E.
I'm trying to make it bigger.
Share it with the class. I have a picture of her nude. Do you want to see it? No.
No.
I'll pass.
No.
I'll pass on that. Lauren Sanchez is the girl that's connected with.
You think she has sleep
Jeff Bezos.
apnea?
Just a touch.
Shit.
Yeah. A little bit of snoring in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wears a device for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. She's masked. Lauren Sanchez's brother Michael is the one because they were trying. Bezos launched an investigation. Wants to know how the hell did the National Enquirer get this information, this stuff? Her brother Michael, who's a Trump supporter,
Oh man.
leaked all the sex
Oh,
and all that
shit.
shit. Yes.
That's
Multiple
the thing,
sources.
man. There you go, right there. Like, you're gonna sit there and come out and be so anti one way or the other, and one person with the right information on the richest man on the fucking planet, boom,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, multiple sources at AMI, and they're the parent company to the National Enquirer, confirmed to the Daily Beast that Michael was, in fact, the one who helped blow the lid off the couple's affair. And Elkin Abramowitz, a lawyer for the company, said, even had admitted such that, that was Michael. The story was given to the Enquirer by a reliable source that had given information to the Enquirer for 7 years prior to this story. And Bezos is trying to say that this is blackmail or this is extortion. This is politically motivated because I don't get along with Trump, and we've been fighting in the press. And this maybe soon to be brother-in-law is a big fan of Trump, and so this is politically
Yeah,
motivated.
but wasn't there a specific this for that? Like you give us this, and we won't publish these pictures. You stop
the
publishing
investigation?
shit. You stop publishing shit that's negative toward Trump or something. Wasn't there something like that?
I thought it was.
It wasn't just a feeling, right? There was something specific that Washington Post was investigating or writing on.
It says that Bezos published a blog revealing that AMI had threatened to expose his photos if he didn't have his private investigators back off. So I don't know. So Bezos launches this investigation, and they're digging around everything. But I don't know what the rules are. The National Enquirer pays for stories. They bury stories.
Yeah, but you can't blackmail someone, threaten to reveal information about somebody, and extort them like that.
The allegations of the story was politically motivated because of David Pecker, and he's the guy that runs. I know, always make you giggle just a little bit. Pecker runs the Enquirer, owns the Enquirer, whatever. He's good friends with Trump, and so they're saying it's absolutely not extortion, not blackmail. Bezos didn't want another story written about him or those pictures published. AMI did not want to have the libel against them that this was inspired by the White House. It had nothing to do with it. It was a usual story the Enquirer gets from reliable sources. And honestly, the wealthiest dude on the planet who owns Amazon going through cheating on his wife and then going through this whole thing.
That's newsworthy.
Definitely newsworthy.
Of course, but you can't blackmail someone.
I don't know.
I think you're missing part of the story, Mike, and I would have looked into it had you told me about this. But I think there was something the Post was doing that AMI wanted them to stop doing and said, if you don't stop that, we're publishing these pictures. And that is blackmail.
Yeah. Let's see if I missed something here. Let's see. According to the emails, an attorney for AMI offered a formal deal Wednesday. The tabloid wouldn't post the photos if Bezos and his investigators would release a public statement affirming that they have no knowledge or basis to suggest the Enquirer's coverage was politically motivated or influenced by political forces. He decided to publish the emails Bezos did to his team rather than capitulate to extortion and blackmail, despite the personal cost and embarrassment that they threatened. So I don't know. They followed him around though on private jets, dude. The Enquirer got wind of this story from her brother or whatever, and so they followed the two of them across 5 states, 40,000 miles, tailed them in private jets, swanky limos, helicopter rides, romantic hikes, 5-star hotel hideaways, intimate dinner dates, and quality time in hidden love nests.
That'd be so much fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, dude, what a job.
I know.
That'd be awesome.
Follow these assholes. Take as many pictures as you can.
And then they said that Bezos sent sleazy text messages and gushing love notes to Sanchez months before he announced he was splitting with his wife, Mackenzie.
Pull him up, Bezos. Am I wrong that he has a major googly eye?
No, I think you were, yeah.
I get the bald head, and that's all I see. It's just like that giant bald head.
I think he's Googled.
Yeah, there was
Really?
a weird.
And that
looking
takes looking at a dick pic of his off the table.
Boy, you tell me this guy doesn't have a troubling looking dick? Look at that guy. Huh?
Yeah. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
And I don't like
It's Googled.
I don't like the way he wears his tie either. A little change of the subject there. It's a little fat necktie there. SNL over the weekend on their news. Hold on, put that back up
Oh,
there.
look at that googly eye.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's one of those you're not sure which one is wrong, right? Pull up the other one.
No,
that you just
that's
slid
a great
across,
point. I think,
right?
Oh shit, yeah.
Right? That's tough. On the one hand, you go, stage
Boy, oh
right
boy.
has to be the one that's engaged.
I think this one here, stage left, looks more
It's just lazy
relaxed.
as fuck. It's
This one-
lazy. I'd call it flat out lazy.
God, I wish K-Dog was here because he could put both those eyes. He could make
Yeah, both of them. I mean, independently, they're not awful eyes if you just matched them up with a second one. But
see.
you
if-
put them together.
I don't
if you
know
do
if that's
that
true.
guy looks kind of insane, right? He looks a little too
Just
focused.
looks like a little more bright-eyed.
And that guy,
No,
that
it's
guy looks a
fine.
little high, just a bit, just a little lazy. So SNL was doing their weekend update, and they were doing this story, and they were like, "Yeah." One of them, Colin Jost, was like, "Yeah," and they've got this man here, and they showed basically this picture, and they're like, "Apparently a dick pic out there," and I feel like we've already seen it, and then they just they just
Yeah,
did
right.
skin
Right.
skin color over his entire face. It's
Totally.
like that's what it looks like.
Just kind of looks like a dick.
Yep, he kind of does already. Boy, oh boy, that is a coin toss. I would not bet very much money.
I don't know what
that
to
I could
do about
guess,
it.
yeah.
I don't know what to do about it. It may be that they're both functioning and fine, but they're just one of them he's got some nerve damage or something.
I
know?
think his-
one's just classically lazy.
Yeah, I think his left eye, stage right, is the bad one. And you think that
If
one's
I
the good
if I
one.
had to guess, I'd say that as well.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Well, if the picture comes up, I won't show you guys. I know you don't want to see it.
Hey everybody, don't forget to use our Amazon link. Find it above the fold at DetroitCast.com. Go ahead and shop away. It doesn't cost you any more. Key is you're shopping through our link, however. So please use that.
God, I saw this story last week. I was laughing so hard. This mother of an Indian man.
Feather, what are we talking about?
Not feather. Yeah, no, the feathers have been in the news a lot lately. What with Pocahontas and the kids fighting with the old man with the giant ears. So the feathers have made
kids.
Yeah, the school kids. Yeah. So the feathers have made quite an impact in the media lately. But this one is a dot, and this guy's planning to sue his mom and her husband for giving birth to him without his consent.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I saw this.
She says she admires his boldness. I guess they're both lawyers, the mom and dad. And Kavita Samuel says she's happy to accept that she is in fact at fault if her son Raphael is able to come up with a rational explanation as to how they could have sought his consent prior to his birth.
There you go. Throw it back on him.
I guess these are I guess there's a group of people like in a club or something, probably found each other on the internet, that have this wacky feeling like, world's fucked up and I didn't have a choice in being here. And
God.
and so they refuse to have kids. They won't have kids because they're not going to do that.
Okay, that's one thing. But
Mhm.
blame your parents for not getting
Yep.
your consent first, please.
He believes it is wrong to put an unwilling child through the rigmarole. And he said that.
Quote,
The rigmarole. I do not think it is right to put people through the rigmarole of life for the pleasure of its parents. And he's compared having children to kidnapping and slavery.
rigmarole. I've never written rigmarole. That's
Well,
amazing.
it's if they're spelling it right, it's just
It's a
R-I-G.
rigmarole.
Rigmarole.
Yeah,
Yes.
interesting.
Isn't that great? It's a great word.
Rigmarole.
I believe it is wrong to put an unwilling child through the rigmarole of life. Seems like it's just weird for, I don't know,
I
not
see
that
it's
a doc
spelled
can't say it.
It's spelled two different ways. One with an A after the G and one without.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Like in the,
No, the less common spelling is with the A. Rigmarole. The more
Really?
common spelling is rigmarole.
but the common
Boy.
saying is rigmarole.
I agree with you.
For sure.
At
I
least
don't,
in these parts.
dude, rigmarole, I've never heard, I would never use that. It sounds trashy.
It does.
It's rigmarole.
Cheap.
Yes. Yeah, his mom has now addressed her adult son's threat of legal action. I must admire my son's
Do you
temerity.
really? Must you?
Yeah.
Must you admire it?
She dropped temerity.
Okay.
It's not
Dig
bad.
that.
Her son's dropping rigmarole and she drops temerity.
I'll see your rigmarole.
And I will match, and I will show you a temerity. So yeah, I admire my son's temerity to want to take his parents to court knowing both of us are lawyers. If Raphael can come up with a rational explanation as to how we could have sought his consent, I will accept my fault. I'm very happy that my son has grown up into a fearless, independent thinking young man. He is sure to find his path to happiness.
Let me guess. He lives at home in the basement.
I don't know where he lives. He's 27.
This reminds.
When I see this
let me
picture, by
guess.
the
He
way,
lives at home in the basement.
I've seen a picture of this guy before, and it's like, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, but that's a fake beard, right? Like,
Boy, that's.
I mean,
I don't know, man.
you don't know? You don't think so?
I mean, I think it's a real beard that wants
I'm
to look fake.
Just imagining turning his head over, and that would look like the same hair that he has. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
tough one.
When I looked at it, I just remember thinking, like, and whatever, he's doing these stupid, because he does these stupid YouTube videos, I think, too.
There is something very false looking about that beard, Jesus. I agree with you. The thickness? That's ridiculous.
That's gotta
gotta
be fake. It's
And
gotta
when you
be
look
fake.
at pictures of him, that's what you find. When you show, like I said, when he does his YouTube videos and stuff like that.
I bet if you type his name and say beard, you'll get something that says whether it's fake or not.
This guy reminds me of the guy who didn't he sue his parents when they tried to kick him out of his house?
Oh, yeah.
Their house. Remember that?
Yes, and the
Yes.
judge actually said, "Get the fuck out of here." He was trying to like declare squatters' rights or some shit.
Not only get the fuck out of your parents' house, but get the fuck out of my courtroom. The judge is having none of it.
Yeah, as he should. This is going to just throw a very confusing wrench into the whole rigmarole argument, because I've got his full quote here. My life has been amazing, but I don't see why I should put another life through the rigmarole of school
Then don't.
and finding a career, and especially when they didn't ask to exist. And they spelled rigmarole that time with an A,
See.
right?
Yeah.
Someone was like,
Thus our confusion.
yeah. So someone in the article, the person who wrote this article was like, look, I've got two rigmaroles in here. I don't know which one to go with. I'm
Was
gonna do them both.
was one a quote from something he had written?
Well, see, the first one I read only put rigmarole in quotes. So they were saying, let's be clear, I'm not quoting his full sentence right now. I'm going to paraphrase for you, but I'm going to let you know that he actually did say rigmarole. Okay? I was fine with that. And now I've got the full quote, including rigmarole. Yeah. So I don't know. He says parents are hypocrites. A good parent puts the child above its own wants and needs, but the child itself is a want of the parent. So yeah,
Not always.
See, there's lots of examples.
They say that this group, they say that having children is a strain on the earth and the resources of the earth, and so they avoid procreation for environmental reasons.
Okay.
That's fine, good for
Yeah.
you, great. We
Sure
don't need
thing.
another dumb thinker out there spitting out kids.
We don't need a spawn of you, sir.
And I kind of like this. Existence is pain. And not bringing a child into this world is a guaranteed way to avoid unnecessary suffering to the child.
Shit, look at that. I think this. I actually found one. With
We are child-free Indians.
him
See, now
without-
that beard I
Yes.
think is real.
Right.
Yeah, that other one was absolutely fake.
Yeah, it had to be, right?
So he's just trying
So-
to bring attention to that cause, that underlying
Yeah.
cause, by now suing his parents. It's ridiculous.
So could he actually file a lawsuit in a courtroom that they would take up and listen to?
For like a second.
Really?
Yeah.
And then they would blow it out, make him pay the cost to his
Yeah.
parents' law fees.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see the athlete with touch of the palsy?
Oh, yeah, the deadlift.
Yeah, deadlift 200 pounds. He weighs 99 pounds. Pretty inspiring, man. You got the
Yeah.
video there?
I guess.
Come on, man. This is gonna be a tough one to get through. Okay, his name's Miles Taylor. He set a new personal record. He posted a video on Instagram, shows him with his trainer Nick Myers and others at the gym as they cheered him on. And so he set a new record. It's getting all these retweets and whatnot. JJ Watt, any celebrities are jumping in there. Now this is badass. What an inspiration! And it is pretty inspirational. He works out at the Never Sate Athletics in Carroll County, Maryland. And I guess the guy that's his trainer hired him because the guy that's got palsied up.
Palsied up proper.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
appears to be.
Legit. He's a photographer. And so this guy hired him to come take pictures at the gym of them doing stuff. And then was like, man, just get involved.
He's impressed by his steady hand.
Yeah. And started working him out. And now the guy's crushing it. So go ahead, Eases. We can watch the video here.
Wow, that looks unsafe. No, don't do that, sir. Oh my, don't do that. You are blowing out your discs right now. Dude, honestly, good for him. I'm glad everybody's happy and that was an accomplishment, but that did not look safe.
Yeah.
That looked so, Jesus, did you see that?
Yeah.
See how unsafe that
Yeah,
looked to
it
his
was,
back?
Dude, I was on Twitter and it's like
My God, man.
people are so
Lift with the
inspired.
legs, man.
Yeah,
People were so inspired with this. I'm like, oh wow. So I'm like, ugh, how long is it gonna be in here? It took one first comment. He doesn't appear to have very good form. First comment. And the fucking shame that was poured on this Twitter user. Yeah, he doesn't appear to have very good form.
He's not going to be winning any competitions anytime soon.
It just proving once again, like we've talked about before, it doesn't matter what you put on Twitter, someone's gonna fuck with you. We were over the weekend. We were talking about what a cesspool it is. It's like, dude, Jesus could literally land back on Earth, and the first comment would be, "Nice sandals, faggot." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's and this one doesn't appear to have very good.
Well,
Very
I mean,
good
to be
form.
fair, I would say the form is
Oh,
less
God.
than less
Oh,
than.
stop. That hurts to look at, honestly.
Yeah,
I can't believe you didn't notice. You haven't looked
Holy
at this, by the way.
shit,
Don't
man.
you think that there's maybe something going on over here, or no?
Oh, the bone. Does he have a boner?
wait, is he rock?
I mean, or is it just that he's wearing tight pants? Is he wearing workout pants and it's
Shit.
just?
Play it, E. Let's see.
Oh,
See what it
God
is.
damn it! I don't want to find out another kid has a boner in one of the videos.
No, there's no boner.
You don't think so? Okay. There's looks like there's. I mean, it's just maybe really tight. Maybe he just got really tight workout pants on. I don't.
Oh boy, that ending. I think you saw what I saw at the very end, right when he's about to
it's
drop
his little
it.
dick tip right there. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's the
Okay.
billowing of his
Okay.
pants.
Don't you think if this was going
I mean,
on and this is
are you
like
sure?
he's achieved this, the guys would have already been around. Like, why is this guy coming into frame with a giant garbage bag and drop it? Like, oh shit, I didn't know my man was doing this.
Yeah.
You'd think this would be a bigger moment.
Are you sure, man? Like, look how the crease in those pants. Like, there looks like to be a tent there to me.
Yeah.
At least,
I'm so concerned about his form right now.
I know. Yeah.
God, dude.
It does. Like, don't say it. Don't go on Twitter and say that because you
Yeah,
will
I
be
guess.
hammered for that. But there were some people that had the balls later on to creep in and go, "Look, man, that's trying to be a dick. It's great. Honestly, it is. And hopefully these guys know what they're doing. But that does not appear to look like healthy. There's something
I'm
to
with
technique
them,
and
man.
form that is
Yeah.
really important so you avoid injury. But
good for
Is
him.
he-
But
Is it
good
one of
for
these
him.
things where his trainers are like, this kid's
Yeah.
shot anyway? You know,
I,
his back's fucked.
it's like,
Who cares?
can we do any more damage?
No.
I mean,
Was a trainer doing it just for himself, knowing that he would go viral
Yeah.
based
There you
on
go.
that?
Ooh, who's this guy on the left? Who's the trainer? Look
What
at
a
him.
Who's
hero.
so he's got the beard.
ripped, yeah.
He's so encouraging.
Yeah.
so you think Nick Myers has ulterior motives?
I would say yes.
He could have been out of frame, done the same thing, you know?
Yeah, this was a video about Miles Taylor. And now it's also about Nick Myers and Garbage Bag Man.
And awful
Garbage Bag
form.
Man isn't as bad as the Nick Myers, I guess. Is that?
Can we see it one more time, E?
But you know what? And honestly, Jay, hold on before you do that, E. I mean, if proper form and technique is all that important to Nick Myers, he's got untied shoes there as he's doing that. Like, this guy appears to have no socks. His shoes are barely on and untied.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of operation he's running over there.
I mean,
Honestly.
that's
you
just
look
seems-
at Miles's form, you look at the untied shoes, everything's unkempt.
Is Miles even wearing shoes?
Boy, it's hard to tell. All right, let it go, E. Let's see it. Okay. All right, he's fine right here. Oh, God! No, don't! Put it down, put it down.
It's wobbling on him.
Yeah. Shit, man! And honestly, how do you decide? He was in the same position for the last 5 seconds. How did he decide, yes, you got it now, right?
I know. He made
Watch
him.
Nick's reaction. Like, there's one point where Nick goes, yes, you got it, drop it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he'd been in that position for 3 seconds. Like,
Yeah. And he's.
and it's not a good position. It's just, oh, God. They must conclude he's just fucked anyway.
Yeah.
Screw,
yeah.
screw
I mean,
his discs.
what Jay's trying to say is he is truly properly palsied up, and it just doesn't look safe. But you know, they probably made the decision, like, all things being equal, you know, how much more? What's the worst thing that could happen?
I don't
They
think you should
blow
sit
out
on
a
that
joint or a.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Jesus, did you have something that you would like to say about our fine
Oh, this
sponsor,
goes
Twin
so
Peaks?
smoothly. Yeah.
At Twin Peaks, there is something from the made-from-scratch menu for every fan's appetite. The perfect sidekick to any meal is a featured rotating tap served at a frosty 29 degrees in a 22-ounce man-sized mug. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
There you go, Isis. Thank you.
He gets so pro there when he reads those.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, sure
God,
does.
Just buckles down.
Hell yeah. He's one take Fady when it comes to, really buckling down and doing the proper reads.
Especially if it's live. That's the key.
Of course. Man, I would have liked to have been at the Sunset Tower Hotel in West Hollywood over the weekend.
What happened, man?
Well, Jennifer Aniston threw herself one of the
Oh.
finest fucking birthday parties known to man.
50th, right?
Yep. So, throwing her own birthday party, kind of odd, but whatever. 200 guests, and the guest list was rather impressive. The big news is Brad. Brad was there. Brad Pitt.
Yeah, her ex.
Yes, her ex-husband, Brad Pitt, and he showed up. And it's the 200 guests. This is quite a list of people: Gwyneth Paltrow, Reese Witherspoon, Kate Hudson, Leo DiCaprio. It's quite a set list there.
Yeah, Sure.
The biggest guest of the night, of course, was Brad Pitt. She was surprised to see him. Apparently, she weighed, do I invite him? Do I not invite him? Do I invite him? And she did. And then he was like, do I go? Do I not go? Can't bang her if I don't go. And so he decided to go, and he did. So he was really unsure about it. But yeah, his main concern was, can I get in and out of there without being seen? But getting photographed, and now I'm in the fucking tabloids again because he's playing the Bloids game pretty well.
Well, what are their statuses at this point, Mike? Are they both unmarried? Didn't she just get divorced from that one dude, Jason something? Justin
not Trudeau, but yes, you're
Thoreau.
Thoreau. Yeah, Justin Thoreau.
Maybe
something like that. And he's on the outs with thank God for his sake, Jolie.
Right.
But I think they are both.
She's single for
Single
sure.
right now,
Or,
but-
well, not single, but she's not married.
I mean, does Brad Pitt want to date a 50-year-old woman?
Good point.
He's fucking
Pretty
Brad
good
Pitt.
looking for 50, though.
Oh,
man.
for
Oh,
sure.
dude, absolutely. But
I know what you're saying. Still,
there's a lot of hot 23-year-olds too.
yeah, sure
You know what I
is.
mean?
Sure is.
But he's playing the game well. He motorcycles up, helmet, and then he rides around town anywhere he wants, and the Bloids can't really keep up with him.
Oh, just
They
a
can't-
full helmet, black helmet. Yeah.
Exactly. So, he in the end he had his driver drop him off the front door. He didn't really care. Everyone was shocked to see him there. Guests enjoyed mini burgers, tacos. I don't know what I expect stars to eat, but it's like mini burgers and tacos, and it seems like you would do something like I've never heard of.
Yeah.
some
They'd all drink
weird
kombucha and eat,
yeah, shark fin soup,
Right.
where they cut off the fins of the shark and then just let them drown, drop them into the ocean, that kind of thing, exclusive stuff. But no, they didn't. They had a huge, towering, layered vanilla cake with berries and cream, and then Brad split at like 11:30. Ellen DeGeneres also there.
Sounds like a delightful affair. Mike.
Robert Downey Jr., Chelsea Handler, Sandra Bullock. Are you impressed yet? Reese Witherspoon, Demi Moore, Katy Perry.
Do they also have like normal people there? I wonder, or is it just this
Bill
big...
and Sally who lived down the street from her?
Yeah, or you know what I mean? Like her cousin, who's fat and ugly or something.
Well, she's had a weird relationship with her family over the years. Her mom wrote that book about her
I
and
don't
like
remember that.
divorced from her or something like that. And her dad was separated for a while from her. How about this kid though? DJ Prince, 17 years old, and he's hired to do the DJing and music there.
Nice.
He's in this room, 17-year-old kid. It's kind of cool. Reese Witherspoon, by the way, I'm a
The
little worried
chin?
about her. Well, she decided to fucking partay and got rather shit-faced. And her guy, I don't know if she's married or if it's, I think she's married, actually took off early with one of her friends. Like, all right, we've seen enough. Reese, have fun. Reese ends up falling down the stairs. They got
Nice.
a picture of her splayed at the bottom of the stairs. As people are helping her get up, all blurry eyed. It's like, oh, come on, Reese, hold it together. George Clooney was there. John Mayer, among some of the others. Mayer was banging her for a while. It's quite a who's who.
Mayor has banged a lot of chicks.
Oh. And basically, every single person who Jen loves attended. The party was a celebration of Jen's life, thrown by Jen.
Don't you wonder though if they were real people or if they're all
Yes.
just these superficial assholes that
There's Reese Witherspoon falling down the stairs.
nice.
How do you not have full video of that? Why are we only get still shots of this?
Yeah, really.
You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, that's an interesting question. I think there are pictures in the party of people like dancing,
I was trying to find it. I don't know.
and maybe we could pick out someone we don't recognize there.
Because then you wonder if it's just a big PR stunt, like if the the PR
Yeah.
firm represents all these people and just gets them all together for
Yeah,
you know,
right. No, it almost seems shallow too. Like
for sure.
really shallow. I get it. If you're making movies and TV shows and in that Hollywood world, you're gonna run in circles with those people, but you would still have like your high school friends
Mike.
or what's that?
How come you didn't say? I don't know if you didn't say Matt LeBlanc or
Ooh.
David
Oh.
Schwimmer.
Courtney Cox,
Oh.
David Schwimmer. None of those were mentioned.
Yeah.
Ooh, Marta Kaufman, Bright and Kaufman.
Right.
No NBC execs. Oh boy, that's a great point, Isis. Great point. No, I did not see Matt LeBlanc on the list or any of them. Lisa Kudrow or none. So yeah. So I see a lot of pictures of like them doing. They must have had a photo booth thing. You know those photo booths that are real popular.
Yeah.
I see a lot of pictures in that. They're all everyone you know.
Wow. Yeah.
Which,
It does make you wonder.
To
you
your
know?
point, does she have like a neighbor or two that not everyone on her
Right.
block
Or
is famous,
publicist or hair person who's just good friends with her or something.
and they don't live next door to each other. It's usually like some doctor or some inherited money guy next door, and whatever. This guy owns a ketchup fucking factory and made $1 billion. So they're not people you know, but I don't see any of them there.
No.
So this is maybe you're right. Maybe it was a stunt.
Hey, everybody, due to the tremendous demand, Zott Ford and Holly is conducting its amazing Key for Key event. Again, exchange your current vehicle for a brand new Ford without spending a dime out of pocket. Their goal is to match or lower your monthly payment. Zott Ford will assist you in terminating the remainder of your loan or lease no matter what you owe. Give them the keys to your old turd mobile, and Zott Ford will provide you the keys to your brand new Ford. Plus, Zott Ford will make your first month's payment only from our friends at dealsinthed.com.
Today is the anniversary, Jay. February 11th, 1990. Do you know what was going on February 11th?
Boy, I
We were in school.
don't recall.
Yeah, we probably didn't have a snow day. That I can promise you. It was the day in Japan that James Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson.
It's a 30 for 30 on this, isn't it?
Yeah, 42-1 is the name of it. It's really good. It really is. I did not realize Tyson was just 23 years old then when that happened.
I remember he was unstoppable at the time.
Oh, he was beyond unstoppable. Like, it's hard for people to imagine like a guy. He was 37-0 with 33 knockouts, and those fights lasted seconds.
It's hard for people to imagine boxing being super relevant, but it was,
Yeah.
man. Like
Oh.
heavyweight was
Heavyweight especially.
It was a big thing, and it was pay-per-view, and people would throw money together and get it, and there'd be
Mhm.
parties surrounding these fights, and
Bars would get packed. They would pay a special high premium to be able to air it in their bar.
as you say, Mike, a lot of these were just brutal. They'd end in 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Guys would basically just fold after one punch.
It got to the point where you could tell guys were scared going into the ring, where they didn't even really have to get hit, and they would just fucking topple. It was like
Yeah.
they wanted nothing to do with Iron Mike Tyson. It's hard to imagine, but Buster Douglas, and that was the worry with Tyson, was if you can go further rounds with him, we don't know what he'll be like,
Mhm.
because he's literally in these 2-minute fights. And so, do you have the fight there? So they get through nine. Was this a 9th round or 10th round?
Not sure exactly. This is the round that it happened. This is when it happens.
Well,
though. I mean,
in the 8th round, Tyson knocked Douglas out, or knocked him down. I mean, took him down pretty fucking hard too. And Buster Douglas came back, and then in the, I believe it's the 10th. I mean, and this is a flurry, dude.
Wide shots. He doesn't have good bounce in his knees.
Yeah, you can look at
Buster's
Tyson's
leg
legs. It's
actually
like,
looks fresher to me. See Mike the way he went back in his heels. Doesn't have the good
Bang, bang.
balance.
This
His
uppercut
legs
coming.
together as Buster's landing these.
bang. Oh, bye-bye.
That was unbelievable to watch. I watched that live. I remember seeing that
Me
live,
too.
just going,
No
couldn't
way.
believe it. You couldn't believe it.
And this wobble, it was like, he's going to get up. That wobbly arm right there and here.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh my God, he's fucked.
trying to find his mouthpiece.
Yeah. And it was like, what just happened? What just
Wow,
happened?
that was 1990, you say?
1990. Yeah. And I saw Tyson doing an interview, and he's sitting there, and he's like, someone had obviously asked him, what are you thinking when you're trying to get up? And he said, I remember when I hit the ground, the only thing in my head was, oh shit. He goes, oh shit. And then he goes, people are always asking me. He said, I knew, I didn't know where I was, but I was trying to get back on my hands, get stable. And he said, I knew you couldn't continue the fight if I didn't have my mouth guard in. So he said, that's why I'm scrambling, trying to get that mouth guard in my mouth.
Yeah,
He's like,
wasted about 4 seconds.
I could still fight. Trying to get that thing in his mouth. And the ref called it. And
Couldn't find his wits.
so I was reading up about some of this stuff, and you might remember it, but Douglas's mom had died 20 days earlier. And so here was a guy with all, 6'3", powerful dude, good record, but just kind of lazy, didn't work all that hard. And that his mom dying motivated him, took him to another level. And Tyson, for his part, he didn't train very much for that fight. He was in Japan, and they said he was fucking all the maids in the hotel he was staying at. Like, that was his focus, was banging the maids. Would you think the maids would be super hot at a hotel? You'd think he could do hotter than the hotel maid, but
Right.
I guess
Maybe
it's
they were just
whatever's
there.
walking by. You
Yeah,
know,
they're there. He's a celeb. He sees himself as a celebrity, so it's just like this is easy.
It's a hole.
It's
Yeah.
a whole. That's true too.
the top bet at the Mirage took on the bet on Tyson was $168,000 to win $4,000.
Oh my God.
Someone pulling down $168,000 with the hopes of walking away with $4,000. The top bet on Douglas was $1,500, and that son of a bitch won $57,000. 42-1 odds, and that's kind of not really true. I've got an article here that a guy wrote about that. But to put that in perspective, Holly Holm v. Ronda Rousey. Remember that when Ronda Rousey got knocked out?
Yeah.
7-1 odds on that. 1980 U.S. Olympic team v. Russia. 1,000-1 odds on that hockey game. Leicester City wins Premier League.
Leicester.
That's what I said. Leicester. Why would they spell like that?
They're
It's
English,
not a C.
man.
It's
They're English.
It's a C, not a S.
Leicester.
Leicester City. Do you remember that wins the Premier League?
Yeah.
5,000-1.
Yeah, that was crazy.
5,000
That was just
to
a couple
1
years
odds.
ago, right?
Dude, why wouldn't you put $10 down on that?
Why don't you do for the Lions? Same thing, right?
Yeah,
Why
but
don't you
that's
throw
gonna be
$100 on the Lions? Every
yeah,
year?
maybe 5,000-1 though. I mean, $10.
Dude. But
It happened.
you're looking at the teams
Mhm.
above them, going, yeah, why waste $10?
So this article came out because that 42-1, which is the odds, is what that Tyson 30 for 30 is called. And so this documentary, this guy that wrote this, Eric Raskin, says the documentary is about quite possibly the most singularly stunning upset in sports history. Douglas's 10th round knockout of Tyson in Tokyo, February 11, 1990.
Sounds like it wasn't, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The widespread misconception about where the 42-1 odds came from and to whom they applied. Buster Douglas was not at any point in the lead up to the fight a 42-1 underdog at any sports book. Jimmy Vaccaro was the Mirage sportsbook director at the time, and his was the only casino in Vegas that posted odds on the fight. I opened the fight at 27-1. Within probably an hour and a half, I had the first bet. A guy bet me $54,000 on Tyson to win $2,000. Yeah,
What
he
is
said the guy figured he was going to put up 54K, walk and pick
Yeah.
up 56K a minute later.
Okay.
After the fight started. So I changed the price. I went from 27-1 to 31-1. Next guy bet $93,000 to win $3,000 at 31-1. People thought it was like, come pick up your money in a couple hours. It got to 42-1 if you wanted to bet on Tyson. So what we typically hear is that Douglas won as a 42-1 underdog. He said he was not a 42-1 dog as much as Tyson was a 42-1 favorite.
Gotcha.
The widest odds. So and they said at the end the action was balanced enough that if Tyson had won, they would have turned a small profit, and with Douglas winning, the sportsbook made about $100,000. Doesn't that seem weird?
Yes.
$104,000.
Yes.
I would have thought Vegas would have been, first off, every casino would have been taking odds on that and betting. Isn't that what you think of in Vegas?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we always hear
I
like,
know very little about betting and lines and shit like that.
but we so commonly hear like, that guy signed a $300 million contract. LeBron 150. You just these astronomical numbers. So to hear like,
yeah, but then that's pretty new, dude.
I know.
Think about 1990.
no, I know, but it's still it's weird to see like the sportsbook made $104,000. It's like,
Yeah.
you
But
would just think,
that got Buster Douglas's his video game. Remember he had like a knockout game?
yeah,
Or Tyson had Punch Out and he had Knockout?
yes, he got a video game. He had the heavyweight belt, a video game.
How long did he last as heavyweight champion?
8 months.
Oh shit. He lost his next bout?
Dude, yeah, Holyfield kicked the dog shit out of him. Yeah, and they said he was so close. Buster Douglas was on the verge and could have been one of the greatest fighters ever. The Tyson thing, had that motivated him, but they said he came out doughy and fat and slow against Holyfield. Holyfield whooped his ass. But they said there you go, dude, knockout boxing for Sega Genesis. They said had he done a rematch with Tyson, right? Had they done that and Tyson properly trained, it would have been another 30-second night. He would have fucking destroyed Douglas had they done a rematch. Even 8 months later, he said there's no chance that Tyson, wasn't faster, stronger, bigger, all that.
Knowing now that he had to take him seriously.
Yes. Yeah. He's not a tomato can in there and whatever. So anyway, let's take a quick time out. I'm so pissed off. My fucking DVR last night, Jay, did not record 60 minutes for the first time in 20 years. So I didn't get to see the Miscavige thing. I'm going to have to go find it on the net or something. But I still have the story. We mentioned it yesterday, but we'll get into that and a few other things. We'll do some more email today, too. We haven't done too many emails lately, but I think we can do some of that. And we'll do that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay. The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show. Mike and Jay. And just before the break, and actually last night too, we talked a little bit about Scientology with the David Miscavige's father doing an interview on 60 Minutes. I was so pissed off. So I'll have to go to, I don't know, CBS.com or 60minutes.com and watch it later today. But yeah, he's basically talking about how the queen of Scientology, David Miscavige's wife, Shelley, may never be seen again or freed from the Church of Scientology, which just seems so outrageous. There's a lot of rumors she's being forced to stay there. That's what her father-in-law claims. Ron Miscavige is his name. He was the figurehead. He was the father of the figurehead David Miscavige, who's the guy that's blowing Tom Cruise and giving him giant medals and shit
Right.
on stage and ceremonies that we've seen. He believes the fact that his daughter-in-law, Shelley, hasn't been seen in the public in more than a decade is a reflection of the church's lack of conscience. So, yeah, he's the worst now. He can't talk to any of his family, because he left Scientology. Ron did after like 42 years. So he worked in the Sea Org, the church's inner core, for those 42 years. Famously left in 2012, was immediately shunned by his son, who assumed the top position there in 86 when their Jesus died, which just seems weird. Bill Burr's got that great bit about it, like, your guy's name is Ron. Your guy's name is Ron. Really? He has a social security number. We have video of him stubbing his toe on a boat.
He has a social security number. Love it.
Dude, your guy's name is Ron.
Yeah. Your religion's a little too new, man.
Yeah, it's too new to be So he was groomed for years. David was his successor, but always by his side in the spotlight. There was the little old Shelley, and Shelley and David were inseparable. And all of a sudden, Leah Remini, the chick that quit Scientology after all those years, she was one of their famous. Who is it? Tom Cruise, Leah Remini,
Travolta, and his wife. Can't remember. Kelly Preston.
Yes. And then who was the chick on Cheers? The second, Diane. What?
Don't they?
You know who I'm talking about. Kirstie Alley.
Don't they need someone new, man? Like, you know what I mean? At some point, like Tom
I don't know.
Cruise and
I agree with you. Like
Travolta, who gives a fuck about John Travolta?
Yeah,
but Kirstie Alley, they need somebody fresh to me to like.
What do they need? Like a Jonas brother or something?
I don't know.
Ooh, now you're talking.
Wow.
If like
Nick
Bieber,
Jonas.
Nick Jonas.
Holy
if Nick Jonas
shit,
joined,
man. Oh, Bieber's like so prime for that, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, what about Ariana Grande? I mean, that'd be big,
Grande.
Right? That would be Grande. So yeah, she was like, I was really confused when she failed to show up at Tom Cruise's wedding in 2007, touted as the Scientology event of the century. Why would this religion consider one of their celebrity members the event of the century?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Holy shit.
So what do you think happened to this chick, man?
I don't know. Well, Shelley, their official
she's just
stance,
there and she's just hanging in a compound.
Dude, it's so fucked up the way they are. Their official stance is that Shelley continues to work for the religious group behind the scenes, but is still entirely devoted to the cause. And so I watched. It just so happens this weekend, turned on the TV and it was still on HBO, and they were rerunning the Going Clear documentary that HBO did that Scientologists were all up in arms about, showing the footage behind the scenes, and they interviewed all kinds of players, people that had left the organization or left the religion, and it's a dynamite documentary, and it's just mind-blowing, the mind control they have over these people and the terroristic ways they go about going after former members, which put that in perspective. Like if you left your church and they started sending a 6-man team to film your every move, wearing shirts, with your caricature on it, like talking shit about you, and then just hounding you. Oh, no, I'm on public property. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. They're renting houses across the street to film you the whole time. Neighbors, like guys, like, why is that a camera in my neighbor's bush? Scientologists rented the house and put cameras there to keep just trying to get anything they can to discredit this guy, shit on him, and there's really nothing the police can do because it's like, well, he's technically standing on the sidewalk, and that's public property. And it's like
Discredit them
or
to,
private
to members in the church that haven't left. What is the? I mean,
no. So when he goes and talks shit on 60 Minutes, they go,
gotcha.
"Oh, this guy's
well,
insane."
You're right.
Here he is, butt fucking his wife in the living room,
Gotcha.
you know, or whatever. But the
What an example.
I know, right? He's butt fucking his wife in the living room. We've
Your
got
Honor,
video of it.
right.
Well, that makes you a peeping Tom, weirdo. And so
butt fucking, what a term.
yeah, butt fucking is
I mean, just
It's pretty raw.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
the idea
It
of
is.
butt fucking somebody.
Yeah. It's,
What are you doing tonight? Butt fucking. What are you doing?
hey, you want a butt fuck?
Has anyone asked their wife that or
Oh
girlfriend
my
that in
God.
time? Or it's like,
You want
use,
a butt fuck?
hey, hey, sweetheart, what do you say after dinner? We do a little bit of butt fucking.
Yeah.
go get some wine, a nice dinner, and then some little butt fucking later.
Has any girl ever said to her husband, God, you know what I could go for right now? A nice deep butt fucking.
Instead of me putting my cock in your cunt, I'm gonna butt fuck you. Is there a grosser sentence than that?
No, there's not.
That's the worst
Nope.
sentence ever.
Instead of putting my cock in your cunt, I'm gonna butt fuck you. Yeah, that might be the worst thing anyone's ever said. That's definitely the worst thing you've ever said.
It's awful.
It is. We've said some horrible shit on this show.
It's the worst.
There you go. Jay
I
just
constructed the worst sentence.
Put my cock instead of. I'm gonna forego putting my cock in your cunt and just go straight for the butt fuck. Yeah, it's terrible. It's awful. There's nothing good about that.
You know, the thing is, I haven't heard it in a long time. Like, honestly, I used to hear that a little more, and you just kind of threw it out here right now, just like, oh, I got some video of him butt fucking his wife. Like, I just haven't heard it in a while.
And what would the problem be with that anyway? If they did, it's like
Yeah, it wasn't the best example.
two consenting adults
Butt
butt
fuck.
fuck, having a nice little butt fuck session in their living room. Big deal. What are you creeping in their window for? Weirdo. But they like, you know, the whole thing is that you know that little stupid test they do, the E-meter.
Mm-mm.
And when you go into Scientology, the first thing they do is like, oh yeah, I can see it. You are
To
meant
get the
for us.
levels or whatever
And
it is.
they set you up at a private consultation. And one of the guys in that documentary was the master of giving the E-meter readings. And it's got fucking, you know, looks like, I don't know, pegs on it. And you hold a couple handles, and then he interviews you. And they say, people are like, oh, there's no question. The greatest fucking guy at doing the E-meter readings is this dude. And he's talking about it. He's like, dude, your goal was to get as much damaging shit as you can on people. So you get Tom Cruise there, and this
So
guy
registers heartbeat, or what is it? It's sort of
I don't know
lie
what it does
detector.
anything,
Okay.
dude. But you know, you're like, they'll get them to like convince themselves like, nah, you raped a child when you were younger. You're repressing the memory. And then it's like, they just keep mind butt fucking you over and over and over until it's like, and then they've got extensive files on every single person that's ever been there.
Well, don't you have to like say
Massive
everything
files.
you've done wrong ever?
Everything you've done wrong. Yes. And so that's why a lot of people believe, you know, what Tom Cruise, you know, possibly homo background and Travolta,
Mhm.
big time, that shit is in their files, and that they're threatened with it. Go ahead, go public and shit on this church, and you know, we'll let everybody know about, you know, the real truth about Tom Cruise. And so these people are scared to death to leave. And then they invent ways. Like there are people that it's like they can be working their asses off, giving all the money in the world to the church, and they'll just be like, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. It's something, you know, leadership can be like, feel like you're not living the life that you should be, or you should be doing more. And it's like, we're working round the clock to build new shit for these people. Total cult. And then they'll just be like, well, no, it's not working. So you're not seen for months as you just do physical labor with a fucking toothbrush doing floors. And then if you're like, I can't do this anymore, and you leave, you will never see your kids again. Your wife, your kids, your family, you are disowned by all of them, never to be seen again. So it's not just nothing to leave the church.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and then they show these people, and it's like they went to.
So how has more info not come out on Leah? What's her name? Remini. Yeah, like if they have all, you know, everything she's done bad in her life.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. Maybe it's bullshit. Who knows? And maybe she just doesn't care. But dude, when they were showing them, because the church almost went bankrupt, they almost went under, and because they didn't have the tax exempt status that most religions get, and so they bought off politicians and all kinds of people. They donated shitloads of money to things, and what do you know? These assholes got their tax exempt status and have been able to, I mean, the centers they've put up all over, they've bought more property than anyone in some of the swankiest areas on planet Earth. Name it, and they've got a giant building there for Scientology, and they're tax free. And so they're making more money than anyone can imagine right now, taking it all in and constantly doing fundraisers. And it's like, you know, most people are treated like shit. Tom Cruise is treated like a god over there. Like they built and paid for his fucking place, like penthouse places and all that shit. These people are working their asses off to build it exactly to spec how Tom Cruise wants it, you know, and presenting him with fancy cars and all this shit. And everyone else is like, yeah, that's great, Tom. Inventing awards, medal ceremonies for him. It's just a joke. And I don't understand how this continues to go on. The stories we see, the videos, behind the scenes videos we've seen are horrid. Dude, if your local Catholic church started filming you outside your house because you left, nobody would have a problem with that. Yet Scientology continues to get away with this shit behavior. I just don't understand it. And I'd like to know where the fuck Shelley is too. Where the fuck are you, Shelley?
Be interesting to know, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, what's his name? The homo-y workout guy. Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, just pop on and wave. Yeah, I'm here. I'm fine. Everything's good. Yeah. You know, like Shelley, wouldn't it be better for the church to go, here's Shelley. She's right here. She's doing great. Hi, guys. I'm great. I just don't like being in the limelight. Freaks me out, the lights and the cameras. So I'm going to go let my husband butt fuck me a little bit and go do a bunch of churchy things for Scientology. But I'm good. Thumbs up.
That probably would be better.
Yes. It'd be newsworthy. That
Maybe she's dead, Mike.
Well, maybe. It would obviously be newsworthy if she announced that David was going to butt fuck her later that night. That would be weird. But at least you would go, oh, okay, well, at least she seems happy, I guess. But no, 13 years without her being seen by anyone.
Wow. Hey, you have an annual physical to make sure you're healthy. What do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call Merck today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Boy, celebrities are an interesting bunch, aren't they? You know, they are the first and loudest to scream at fucking Donald Trump or anybody that doesn't fully jump on board with climate change, right? Oh, the scientific proof is there. Everyone agrees. You know, you can find a couple whack jobs out there that think that's not right. But what is the matter with you? Yet they can turn around and at the same exact time say, not believing the science on this whole fucking vaccinate your kids bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're going,
Or the
okay.
whole trans thing.
Right. I mean, you're Elle
Selective
McPherson.
science.
Elle McPherson doesn't believe in it. She's now dating Andrew Wakefield, the fucking grandfather of vaccinations. Robert De Niro, Jim Carrey, Charlie Sheen, Jenny McCarthy, all these people, you know, are publicly out there. Oh yeah, it's making kids retarded and blah 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 blah.
There must be doctors that are just losing their shit when some celebrity comes out here and says this stuff, and they're like,
horribly
"Dude,
damaging."
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I'm sure they do.
Right.
You know, I mean, more than 50 cases of measles is in Washington State right now. It's an outbreak of the fucking measles.
The measles.
The measles.
My
I
God.
said the mumps. There's been a new push to change the law in Washington. It's one of 17 states that allow parents to refuse vaccines for philosophical reasons. So they've just decided on their own that it doesn't work for them, and so that we're not going to vaccinate our kid. Your kid's mingling with other fucking kids, asswipe. So on Friday, hundreds rallied to preserve their right to not vaccinate their children. Lawmakers heard arguments on the proposed bill that would ban the measles vaccine exemption for philosophical reasons. 32 other states already have similar laws. Measles is so contagious that an unvaccinated person has a 90% chance of catching the disease if they're near someone who has it. The virus can survive up to 2 hours in a room where an infected person just sneezed. So 2 hours is just like, oh, who can I attach to? Oh, that guy sneezed me out. I'm going to land somewhere. Get in some kid's nose. Yeah, they say that measles vaccination rates there are up 500% because people are like, this appears pretty bad. Maybe we were wrong some ways about this. And so they're running to go get their kids vaccinated now. But, you know, opponents feel still think the measles vaccine, this isn't from a doctor. This is just someone who's read some online blogs or Wikipedia or something. says, the risk of measles vaccine is more dangerous than the vaccine itself. So I don't feel I'm putting my child at risk. There's nothing that's going to change my mind on this, on that specific vaccination, says Mother Monique Murray. Thanks, Monique. The CDC insists the 2-dose measles vaccine is safe and 97% effective. And just about every doctor in the world would agree with that.
Believe everything you read, Mike?
Yeah, falling for it.
I will say it's very weird giving your kids up to the doctor to get all these shots.
Yeah.
It's a very weird moment. And
Why
you
do they?
Because of that, there is a piece of you that goes, shit, man, what are they putting in them? This whole autism shit that's out there now that wasn't around
Jenny
when
McCarthy
we were
is
kids.
making some good points.
Yeah, it gives you pause at least.
Yeah, I know. There's the stand-up routine that who Jim Jeffries did, talking about that, because his girlfriend or wife at the time was super anti-vaccine, super against it. And he's like, so he had to go do a physical for a TV show. They put you through a whole physical before they'll sign a multi-million-dollar deal and stuff. So want to make sure their investment is okay. And so he's going through it and he's talking to his doctor and he's like, I asked her, so how important is the vaccines, for kids? And she said, Mr. Jeffries, just to be clear, I wouldn't even let your kids play with my kids if they weren't vaccinated,
Right.
and convinces him like, no, dude. And so he went home and he's like, I can tell the story now, but this was pretty much illegal at the time. Like kidnapped his own kid, ran out the door, fucking screeched out of the driveway and said, taking the kid to get vaccinated, and ran out the door and took off, went to the doctor and was like, give him all the shots. We don't have time. And gave the kid like all the vaccine shots in one day.
Wow.
So I guess you're supposed to stagger them,
Yeah.
one here, one. And he said the kid was just like, for like a week, was just all fucked up. He's like, I broke my kid. My kid's fucking autistic as shit now because of what I did. Brings the kid back. He's like, I broke my fucking kid. It's my fault. And the doctor's like, Mr. Jeffries, I warned you against giving all the medications at once. Your kid is high as shit right now. He'll be fine.
Yeah, the problem is with these things, these scientific things like climate change and vaccines and all that, there are equally compelling sides. You know what I mean? Like they present them in an equally compelling way a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the last thing you read is what you're convinced by. You're
And
like,
how do you judge?
yeah, right.
I'm
I know.
not a doctor.
I know.
I'm not a scientist.
And
And it's-
shit goes awry. They've done bad shit in the past. Nobody knew lead was so bad to be around for how
Sure.
many centuries,
They
right?
were doing mercury shots
Yeah.
back in the day.
They were, and so you wonder, like, man, I don't know, a
Yeah.
little piece of you at least.
And
you're like, no, I got to friggin' roll the dice, go with the best odds.
yeah, and to your point, I know very little, and I watched a 20-minute documentary on the moon, and I'm convinced it's fucking fake as shit now. Like I am on team fake moon.
Yeah, but if you read a team real moon documentary, I guarantee you'd walk away from that going, fuck yeah, there's a
Yeah,
moon.
it's not fake. It's not cheese.
No,
It's real. Okay. But
it's not delicious cheese.
but these, I guarantee you, if we sat down and watched the documentary that Robert De Niro wanted to get into his film festival, Tribeca or whatever, it's called Vaccine, I think, and it's done by Andrew Wakefield, and it's all about how vaccines are bullshit. I guarantee if we watched that, we'd be like,
Yes.
holy
I know,
shit,
I know.
what were we doing to these kids?
Problem with these documentaries.
Well, there's a teenager out there. He just turned 18 and he's finally gotten his vaccinations. And that he should have had as a little kid, and he's talking shit about his parents for refusing to give them to him. His name is Ethan Lindenberger. He's 18. He's from Ohio. He's now had the shots to immunize himself against the 6 diseases, including the mumps, measles, hepatitis. His parents refused him to give them to him because they're part of the anti-vaxxer movement, which believes they cause illnesses like autism. So Ethan decided to get the shots because he came to the conclusion that the overwhelming scientific evidence is that they do work. And his mother, Jill, described this move of him getting it as insulting. That he would do this slap in the face. And so
I bet he's uncirc too. Is he going to go get that done?
Guaranteed. Probably. I would, unless he wants to dock, because there's, so see,
Docking is the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another's.
Thank you, Jerry. It was like him spitting on me, saying, you don't know anything. I don't trust you with anything. You don't know what you're talking about. You did make a bad decision, and I'm going to go fix it. So he said his parents would tell him about the negative effects of getting vaccinated, including the brain damage and all that stuff. But it wasn't until speaking with some friends that he realized he was the only one of his peers to not be vaccinated. So he ended up missing out on shots for measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, polio. Got none of that
You
shit.
guys have the pox when you were kids?
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Pox sucked, didn't
Dude,
they?
balls. It sucked balls. Oh, it was terrible.
I didn't have an awful time with it. I remember my sister. She had it so bad, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, really, in spots that you don't want spots.
Really?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, it was bad.
like
yes,
those
Yeah.
spots?
Yeah, it was serious. You guys didn't have any of that, did you?
I don't
On
think
the
so.
dick tip or anything?
No, I don't think. I remember at the time, me and G had it at the same
Mm-hmm.
time.
It happens
And
a lot.
yeah. I caught it I got it, gave it to him, or vice versa. I don't know, but I had these really dope ass alligator sleeping bags,
Of course you did.
and they weren't. I don't mean they had alligators on them and they were rectangular. No, dude.
Alligator skin?
No,
Yeah, right.
No, they were like the head was shaped like an alligator, and the bottom was a tail.
Okay.
That went off, and it was green and had the eye. I mean, it was badass. Matching ones. Me and G had them, and I remember both of us just laying in those things, just poxed up proper, dude. Fucking
Itching like crazy.
Oh, and
With that pink calamine lotion all over you because they didn't make
just-
clear yet.
yeah, and we're
It was
like
all pink.
like 6, 5, whatever it was. And I remember my grandma, not the awesome one that took me to meet Ron McDonald, but the one that would don't eat that, fucking spank you, shit like that.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, me and grandma, and she was there, and having that over you,
It's a bad
and you're like,
experience.
I'm in my dope alligator, and I'm just fucking itching my balls off.
Got to miss some good school, though, right?
I don't know that I was in school then. I was like
Oh, you
5 or
said
6,
5 or 6.
maybe. I don't know. Maybe I was older. I can't remember. And so this teenager decides to do some research on his own and investigate. And he's trying to change his mom's mind too. Like, he's given her reports by the CDC, which debunked the autism outright. It was like, this is bullshit. Her response was, "That's what they want you to think."
That's the thing. When you can do that,
Yeah.
it's always
Yeah,
good to see.
yeah.
That's
Where
what
do-
they're
And,
where
I,
do
and
we
I
go
do
with
that
that?
myself.
Way to fall for it, moron.
Dude, that's the thing though. Any conspiracy, any level conspiracy, that's all you have to do.
Yeah, he says this kid, he's pretty smart for an 18-year-old kid. He's like, I was blown away that the largest health organization in the entire world would be written off with a kind of conspiracy theory like statement like that. Well, yeah. So he goes onto a Reddit thing and he's like, how do you get vaccinated? Like when you're 18 and stuff. And a bunch of people told him, and so he went there, and he's now talking to his brother who's like 16. His brother wants to get vaccinated. His sister's on Team Mom at 14 though. So yeah, I don't know. So they said that people infected, they're going everywhere, all over from Washington and Portland, Oregon. You can imagine the Northwest, and they've been visiting places like elementary schools and high schools and churches and
Perfect.
urgent care facilities, a Costco and a dollar store.
Ah,
Isn't that great? So yeah, so I don't know. Crazy, man, crazy. Are you glad? You're glad you vaccinated them, though, right?
of course, yeah.
I mean, you don't want outbreaks of that shit. People like, what's the argument with the polio one? Like, you didn't get polio. When was the last time you saw polio around? Yeah, because people they got the fucking polio shot, asshole.
Right.
That's why polio's not around. Yeah. It's been around forever. Dude, I think we're gonna get a decision on El Chapo this week, maybe.
The little chap.
Yeah. Do you see the fucking things they're doing? The drills they were running?
No.
We're not supposed to know this, I don't think. He was telling me about it. TMZ got this. I don't know who they paid to get this story, but they're worried when the verdict comes down, like, we don't know what could happen. And so they've been running active shooter drills through the courtroom, single shooter and multiple shooter active drills. U.S. Marshals led the courthouse staffers through mandatory active shooter drills the week before jury selection back in the fall. Certain employees were chosen to pretend they'd been shot. Others would try to fight back. Some drills were run, like I said, single and some multiple. The marshals timed how long it would take them to apprehend the culprit. They want to know exactly what they're dealing with. They say that the people that were involved in some of these drills, like staffers and in the court stuff, are like, dude, we've never seen anything ever like this, and we've had tons of high-profile cases.
Yeah,
through
but
here.
not like El Chapo.
That's what they say. It's a different beast altogether.
Absolutely.
Chap.
Nah, the little chap. The chap. So, yeah, they say because of his cartel connections and obviously busting out of jail on multiple occasions. So they think the verdict could come down this week. gotta be honest, man. I think it's a better world when Chap is down in Mexico doing his thing.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Well, the chase is fun.
Yeah.
The capture is fun. The breakout is awesome. Tell me you wouldn't be like, if one day this week, let's say Thursday, we're getting ready to hear the verdict, and all of a sudden it's like, son of a bitch under his fucking bathtub again. Found a tunnel and that little rat scurried out. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be totally upset.
Yeah, I mean,
You're right. It is kind of interesting.
I don't know why, but it's like, oh man, I kind of like having him on the lam. I really do,
Where's he being tried? New York?
New York. Yeah. They say, no, he's not breaking out of an American prison. And it's like, oh man.
Dang it.
Stinks.
Dang.
No, I'm not saying he's a good guy and all, but, it's kind of fun having him out there and kind of going blah, 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 at law enforcement. And, oh, well, it was fun while it lasted.
Was the media kind of quiet on that trial? I know that they were reporting when his mistress was testifying against him and stuff like that, but it was kind of quiet.
Yeah, they would make a big deal when does he have a wife? He has a wife,
He has a
right?
wife, yeah.
Yeah. She was in court like every day, and then one day she wasn't. It was like, ooh, what's going on? It's like,
probably had a doctor appointment or something. Had
got
to
her
go get
period.
vaccinated.
There's all shit. There he is in the drawing, by the way, the drawing form.
Who's the woman next to him? Is this the same goddamn court
No
sketch
kidding.
artist?
Right? What is going on with her?
What is that, a
What is the-
lollipop in that?
Yeah.
She's
What is
having
she doing?
And could you make that guy more bald? Could you stress more to us that guy is as fucking bald as you can get? That is a skinned head.
Her face, you're right. What is going on with her? I mean, this is like him with the.
Yeah, he needs the mustache, dude. That is way too big if we're to believe this drawing.
And then this is, I guess this is, I think, him without the mustache. But
God,
dude,
these
that's a
sketches
Kitterman-like gap.
are brutal. What is that woman doing?
It's a
Is that
lollipop.
microphone?
I mean, I'm assuming she's just like
It's like a pen.
pen in her mouth. But why choose that? You're drawing it, by the way. It's not a. You can choose not to.
Oh, that's an interpreter, guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
But still, couldn't you still just choose to have her look,
Yeah.
not like a moron,
Not like a alien.
She looks like she's her
Do
mouth.
They don't have a courtroom sketch person. That's only when cameras aren't in there, right? Do they ever have a courtroom sketch person?
No, there's no need if there's cameras.
Okay. So
I'd love to see what this woman really looks like,
Yeah, I know. They won't give us pictures of her,
How
so we got to
true.
take this lady's. I would like to see her come out and have a press conference and be like, "The fuck is this, dude? What is this?"
Or she looks exactly like that.
But if she
we ever
doesn't,
seen a human being who looks like that though?
yeah, it's a homely looking thing. I wouldn't want to butt fuck her, but I could see her holding it up. If she doesn't look like that, being outraged.
She looks like Andrew Squigman, don't you think?
Andrew Squigman? Is
Yeah,
it like
take along the
Squiggy?
yeah, take away the long hair. Her face looks like Squigman.
Yeah, she's got a little Squigman to her.
Huh.
If we unglassed her, we'd be able to tell more. But I'm more concerned. I think Chap would go after her with all his cartel contacts just for making that gap, that Kitterman gap, so big between top lip and
pretty
base
big,
of nose. I mean, that is
She's gotta be freezing.
Jesus Christ. I saved that thing, and look what this horrible woman did to me. I don't care about my freedom. Just kill her. Jeez.
We do have some email.
What do you got?
If you'd like to write in the show, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com. Kevin follows up on his email from yesterday, or we read it yesterday, concerning the kanji tattoo. Hello, gents. No. My wife did not get an eternal love kanji tattoo tramp stamp, okay? It's on her upper middle back area, although she does also have a tramp stamp.
Nice.
Probably that tribal stuff,
Right,
right?
exactly.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Kevin.
Hell yeah. When he's butt fucking her, he
Something
just
to aim
gets a
for.
great look at that thing,
Yeah, those are the best for butt fucking.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, they are. I mean, they work for doggy style, but butt fucking is really where you can take that whole thing in, I know. Hey, you said the worst thing ever said on these airwaves a minute ago, so don't judge us.
Yeah. Kid gets boner after solving Rubik's Cube video continues to get play. In fact, it must have gotten into someone's thread last week because we've gotten a lot of hits and comments on it this week. You Know Who says on YouTube, if anybody knew anything about human biology, they know that erections don't always have to do with sexual arousal. I love that.
I think that's exactly what they have to do with.
Took the time to
educate
point that
people.
out.
Educate people.
Thank you. You Know Who.
What do you think that is? Do you think that's a 14-year-old that just found that out or something and made that comment? Because obviously, if you've read the comments, we've got all we need of it's been represented of. I don't know why this continues to show up in my feed.
Yes.
Why recommended by YouTube? What is up with that?
Or you guys are assholes.
Yes.
That sort of
Or
thing.
looking at a child's boner, we're pedophiles. Those comments have been strongly represented. And this one, I think, has got enough play too, where it's like you can read the first page of comments you're probably going to run into. Guys.
If anybody knew anything about human biology, they'd know that erections don't always have to do with sexual arousal.
Right.
Who cares? He's got a boner, man.
Yeah. I don't give a shit.
He's rock.
I don't care if he's butt fucking his Rubik's Cube on a daily basis. And that's why he's hard. It was there. That's all we said. We were marveling at his talents of doing the Rubik's Cube.
It was amazing.
And then just happened to notice, holy shit, not only are we getting an amazing Rubik's Cube time, we're getting an amazing boner on display.
Kid got a boner.
He did. And it's still funny to me now as it was when I was 10.
Are we at 2 million views yet? Is this on that?
Getting
Any
closer.
idea? Yeah.
Getting closer.
Limping up there.
Come on, guys.
Insane.
Let's go. I want to beat. I just want to beat Africa by Mike Massey and Jeff Hall. That's
What do they have? 10 million?
10 million. I know we're a long shot. We're 42-1 odds guys right now.
I'll throw it back up on my social media again and see if they get some shares around.
How funny would it be if next time Massey's in town, and he's coming to town. He's going to be in Ann Arbor at the Arc coming soon.
August 9th, right?
Tickets are on sale now. If you want to see Mike Massey in a great venue for something like that, the Arc at Ann Arbor is one of those that is built for a Mike Massey show. So I think at least some of us will be out there. I'll be out there. I think E's going to be out there. I don't know, Jay, you might be tied up that night, but we'll have Mike in here and talk about it as we get closer. But dude, how cool would it be when he comes in? If it's like, by the way, our boner video, kid gets a boner doing Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Almost catching you, bro. Or we just passed you. Yeah, you thought you were kick ass with your whole, bless the rains down in Africa.
Yeah, we get one of those little glass keepsakes from YouTube, you know? You've hit 5 million views or 10 million views or whatever. Like, yeah.
Just line them up.
What do you think, Mike? Kid gets boner after solving Rubik's Cube, huh?
All that time.
What do you think, Mike?
All the practice time you had in your room as a child and vocal lessons and guitar lessons and music theory classes in college and fucking lugging gear into bars all those years.
When all you really had to do.
Yep. Shit on a kid who got a boner doing the Rubik's Cube. Yep. It's that easy.
I'm sure Mike Massey will be very impressed by that.
Because we used to be impressed that you had 10 million views from a fucking song. Yeah. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
You know, we're halfway there and we're talking about a kid getting a boner.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. Yeah, we got to get out of here because the guys are like, the second you guys are done with that fucking show, you let me know so we can come over, and they're saying that we're not leaving this house tonight until that floor is done. So a lot of work to do. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit. Oh!